Welcome to another episode of Comics and Sweet Tea. We're live with you right now. Yes, I'm back. Uh, we didn't do a show last week, and this one was kind of surprise. Didn't know if we were going to do this one this week, but here I am. I wanted to talk to you guys about some things. We don't have a guest, so if you're in the chat and you want to jump in and you know put your input in on the discussion that I'll be having tonight, feel free to hit me up. I'll bring you in and we'll talk about it. Um, First things first, the channel is growing. I can't thank you guys enough. You've been awesome. You continue to be awesome, and I really appreciate it. We're steady picking up new followers, and you guys are commenting. You're liking what you're seeing, and I am so glad. I want to bring you the best content that I possibly can. So thanks for watching. If you're watching on Instagram, this thing is live on YouTube. Um, so if you're trying to chat with me on Instagram, I'm not going to see it, guys. Jump on the YouTube channel, um, jump in the chat, and we'll talk about this thing. We're going to jump into it in just a minute. Um, just wanted to give you guys a quick update on the book. I'm finished with the line work on the end of days, chapter 4. Uh, Probably 70% into colors. Hopefully, I'll get that knocked out here in the next week or so. And then I'll be sending it off for proof, and then we'll go from there. Um, Super excited about this issue. Can't wait for you guys to see it. It's it's been a journey. I've been having a lot of fun with this issue, trying a few new things as I always do with every issue. Really impressed with how things are looking and how it's all coming together. I couldn't be more excited to get this issue out to you guys. I hope you enjoyed as much as I have creating it. Put a lot of work into this one, which I put a lot of a lot of work into all of them, but just taking that extra time with this one, I've redone some pages. Some things weren't working right. I just want it to be just right. If you're a creator, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Um, some things just weren't it just wasn't jiving right, so I need to go back to it and fix that, which I have. Um, Enough about that. If you're brand new to the channel, please subscribe. Join the conversation. Leave a comment. Give us one of those. We really like those. Really like the comments. Tell us what you think about the show. What you think about the content. Whatever. If you got a question, hey, pop a question in there. I'd love to hear from you guys. And some of you have reached out, and I love it when you do. Um, the topic that I'm jumping into this week is kind of near and dear to everybody's heart here lately. What's going on with Kickstarter? You know, I mean, a lot of people that normally fund, I mean, within 24 hours, first week at most, or I mean, they're feeling it, man. It's a grind right now. A lot of people have speculated a lot of different things. Um, I think personally, I mean, some people. I'll get to my thoughts in a minute. Let's kind of run through everything that everybody's talking about. Some people are blaming the economy. That the money's just not there, and people are cutting this and cutting that. I'm gonna give my 2 cents in a minute. Another thing is that people are, on as far as Kickstarter goes, you got the pros jumping into Kickstarter. And when I say pros, they're just independent creators that found a publisher. I mean they were just like us, but they got published. They started out just like we did, and hey, they grew a following. and they got picked up. So I have a lot of people are throwing a lot of hate and a lot of shade at these people, and I don't understand that. Just because the book took off and they got a publisher doesn't. They're still independent creators, guys. I mean, they really are. They're Hey, it's a free country, guys. They can go back and do whatever they want, and I mean, I completely understand where they're coming from. I mean, you go to a publisher, I mean, like Marvel or DC, you get paid a page, right? A page wage or whatever, whether you're writing or whether you're drawing said comic. Why not go and do your own thing at Kickstarter and get more money? I don't blame them for that. I mean, it's their creation. Why not? You know, and you got these creators coming out, oh, they've been published, blah, 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 blah. You know, okay. I mean, why are we hating on them? Because they got a following. I mean, grow your following. I don't know what else to tell you. Um, there's no reason to, I mean, start grabbing the pitchforks and the torches, and going after these people. It doesn't make any sense. They've been at work at this for years. We're new to this. Some of these guys have put 20 and 30 years in. They've earned the right to do what they want to with their content. So I'm not going to hate on. Um, there's a lot of different things out there that people are discussing. You know, Personally, I think it's a little bit of all of it. I think, yeah, maybe it does have a little bit with the economy. Sure, I get that. That and yeah, maybe there are a lot of projects on Kickstarter. There have been there ever since I've been on it, and I mean I've said it before. It's like a needle in a stack of needles. You know, you're screaming into the void. So I don't know what else. I don't know what could change that. You know that and hold on a second, guys. I mean, there's several different reasons why it could be happening. I mean, but we can't blame the big creators for coming back, and jumping on Kickstarter. I mean, why not? It just makes sense. And of course Kickstarter is going to welcome them with open arms. I mean, when they're knocking down 200,000 dollars, because don't forget, Kickstarter is a business at the end of the day. So are they going to want somebody that brings in $1,000? Or are they going to want somebody that brings them in $200,000? Because they get a piece of the pie just like everybody else, and they get a bigger piece of the pie when they bring in those big name creators. So why not? You know, they're going to welcome them with open arms. It's more money for everybody. But anyway, some people, they've speculated all kinds of things. Um, from the different creators to the economy to some people, the market's flooded. Um, I've heard all different types of ideas around this thing, and yeah, I think it's just a big mixture of all of it. And I mean that, I think a lot of people have gotten burnt. You know, I mean, you got people that come on there and they promise a product in a certain amount of time, and they're not delivering it. People are sick of it. I mean, yeah, people they'll go with you a long way, but I mean, at the end of the day, your word is your word. You got to take care of the people that take care of you. So therefore, if you tell them you're going to do something, you better fucking well do it. That's just all there is to it. And people are tired of getting burned. So yeah, they're steering away from certain projects or maybe indie projects as a whole because they kind of look at us, they kind of put us all in the same basket, you know. They tend to crop us all together. They look at the big names. The big names deliver. They're used to, doing monthly books. They're used to getting product out there. So they say, yeah, this guy, he's done me right for years and years. So why wouldn't I support him? I mean, he popped a book out every month for so many years. Why shouldn't I? And there again, they've earned that trust. You know, yeah, they might have started that book 6 months to a year before it actually hit stands with a publisher. That's the one thing that people don't know. Some folks. For us that really follow the industry, we know better. They get on there, they got time. Usually, you've got 6 books in the can before you ever go to a publisher. So you bought yourself time to work on those next 6 books while that first 6 is hitting the schedule. You know, so you bought yourself a little bit of time. But I mean, personally, I think another reason they're sick of the mediocrity. Nothing's really, standing out. There's there's nothing really. They're tired of the same old thing. They're looking for something new that really grabs them. Um, and I mean, it's getting to be well. There's a lot of cheesecake comics on Kickstarter, and I mean, yeah, they bring in a lot of money, but I mean, it's like eating a piece of cake. It's good while you got it, but later on you got a stomach ache or you got to take a shit. It just goes through you. So there's that. You know, People are probably just tired of all of it. And I don't know about Indiegogo. I haven't been on Indiegogo. If any of you have threw a project out there on Indiegogo, tell me how it went. I've heard of several of the different. I mean, there's a lot of different crowdfunders out there, guys. Kickstarter is not the end all be all of Kickstarters. There's a lot of different places out there. I know change is hard, but I mean, looking at the landscape, we're going to have to do something different. That's just all there is to it. Because Kickstarter is just not what it used to be for indie creators. And it might be time for a lot of us to make a move and try something else, you know. But anyway, I'm sitting here. I feel like I'm talking to myself. I wish that if you're watching this, hey, hit me up on the YouTube channel and the chat. Let me know your thoughts. If you want to jump in, let me know. I'll bring you in. We'll talk about it. Join the conversation. Oh, there's just a lot going on in the comic landscape right now. Um, some of these smaller companies have really blew up over the last couple of years. You've got Boom Studios that has really took off and took some major swings. And I think it's really paid off for them. I mean, they've kind of give a cinematic approach to comics. I mean, they're not just doing hero comics. They're not just doing. They're all over the map. I love what they're doing. You've got one thing that really brought my attention to Boom Studios was 10 and 4's There's Something Killing the Children. I had quit collecting comics, and this book is responsible for bringing me back into collecting because it's an incredible story. It's something totally different, you know. It really captured my imagination. It's a very thought out story. You got horror elements. I mean, it's all over the place. I mean, it's easily approachable. You don't have to read 30 something episodes or whatever. You can kind of jump in every couple issues, because I've missed a few here and there. I mean, I subscribe to it. I got them all, but I haven't read them all. But what I like is, yeah, there's a through line, but you can kind of skip around a little bit. You don't have to catch every single one, to know what's going on. So it's a really great story. They've been doing all kinds of things. They took the swing with I think it was either them or Dynamite did brought back the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, which I was never a fan of that. I had aged out on that, so I know absolutely jack shit about Power Rangers. Now my sister could tell you that she was the perfect age and she liked the Power Rangers. Um, I think it was Dynamite that come in and brought back Thundercats here recently. Um, I'm not interested in looking at in a comic format. I want a live action movie. You know, that's something I grew up with, and I think the technology is finally there where they can actually do it and do it right. And I would love to see it. And from everything I've been reading, I think they've actually started openly developing that. So we'll see where it goes. Um, Marvel, I mean, the most exciting thing going on with Marvel right now is the X-Men. Um, I'm behind on all that. I've been getting the books. I need to sit down and read them so I can actually, before I would even attempt to talk about them. But I will be checking those out because they look incredible. Um, I've always loved the X-Men. It's always been one of my favorite books. It's kind of that, and Spider-Man is what got me into comics in the first place. So of course, I'm always gonna go back and check those out. um. Anyway, guys, yeah, you got any thoughts on the Kickstarter or the fundraisers? Hey, drop a line in the comments. Give us a thumbs up. Like I said, if you're new to the channel, subscribe. And follow what we're doing here. Um, hope you guys have a great night. Let me know your thoughts on Kickstarter. You guys have a blessed one, and we'll see you next week. Till then, that's a wrap. That's the episode. You guys have a blessed one. Good night.